Welcome to welcome to Lowe's. Welcome to Stargell's Rap Sessions. I'm your host, Carlos Stargell, and I want to thank the ones who's tuning in to this special podcast today. So, tell you what, if you find it in your heart and you like it, hit that bell or like, and subscribe if it's in your heart. And God bless you, and God bless you so much. But anyway, how y'all doing today? I'm all right if y'all all right. Yeah. But guess what, y'all? It rained earlier, then it got hot as HE double hockey sticks up here in Burlington, North Carolina. Now tell me, how was the weather in ATL, Georgia? I mean, don't be scared, don't be shy, just tell me. I mean, come on now. Only thing I could do is only thing I can say is this. Yep, or that let you know you still got that love, y'all. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Now anyway, y'all. Now what I talked about yesterday wasn't one of my best days because I was uptight. I was kind of uptight and got sick and tired of hearing all the ruckus that's going on this earth today. And then and when we talk, we doing a whole lot of talking, ain't doing a damn thing about it. But anyway, we gonna get off of that today. But guess what? Hey, cuz, what's happening? What's happening, brother? What's happening, cousin Clarence? What you know, good baby? Hey, hey, Clarence. Invitation always open if you want to go live, baby boy. So if you want to go live, just let me know. Hey, look, we could do it one Sunday when you off. How about that? Yeah, man. But yesterday, I'm just gonna say this right quick. I was watching that that thing on Hulu yesterday about Wu Tang. Man, those brothers went through hell and high water. But guess what? They were like one of the baddest rap groups ever out in the '90s. Oh, they were tight. Everybody in that group did their own thing. Yeah, even and rest in peace, old dirty bastard. They should have called him old crazy ass bastard. Because number one, he always drinking, getting high, and always keeping a lot of shit going. But they say he was pretty down to earth, but he was crazy. But you can understand that. He's from Staten Island. And that's not a that's they pretty rough over there in Staten Island. Ain't that right, y'all? Yeah, you see I'm telling the truth, don't you? But anyhow, I just wanted to say this right here. On the real though, I give that show more than 4 stars because they told they didn't fabricate a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fabricate nothing. So guess what? The truth, what they say, was in the dark always come to light. And guess what? They need to start telling. They need to start doing more, telling the truth than to fabricate and cosign bullshit because that is not a necessity. You know what I'm saying, y'all? That is not a necessity. And like I always say, and dick ride is not a form of transportation, and that's the truth. And y'all know it. But like I was saying though, but I didn't know that that two of the members had some serious beef. But guess what? But Mr. RZA, well, Bobby, I like the way how he conducted himself because he got into a little trouble too. And you know what made it so funny though? The dude who he shot and had to go to jail. And when he went to jail and the dude was in the courtroom lying, making it all like his shit didn't stink. Well, let's guess what? I'm just gonna say this: God don't like ugly, and you know and look what you do when you do bad things to others. When you do others people, put it like this: when you do wrong to others, it's gonna come back and bite you in your butt. And that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the quintessential truth. Damn right. But anyway, y'all, like I was saying though, but anyway, he he became, I mean, he really got more spiritual, more laid back, and yes, he did what was best for the group. That's why they were like one of the, they were powerful up in Staten Island because you know for a while West Coast was kicking their ass when it came to them beats. But then Wu Tang, they first album was the truth. Yes, I was checking it out yesterday, and man, I said I knew I liked the Wu Tang back in the '90s, but man, them motherfuckers fire. And then you know like I thought NWA was tight. Man, now now Wu Tang ain't got Wu Tang. One thing about them, they got their own style, but NWA was more gangster, but Wu Tang was off the chain. I mean the RZA, and I'm not trying to talk about anybody, but to be honest with you, he did sound like one of them old karate. He did sound like them old karate talking jokers, like from them kung fu movies, like you can't do that. You know that's wrong. You come at me like that again, and I'm gonna kick your ass. That's how he sounded. Now you know in them karate pictures, you know they don't really be talking that English. They be, I know what you talking about, man. But like I was saying though, but like for example, how about some Chinese spare ribs? Chinese spare ribs? You don't know what Chinese spare ribs are? Mm. Yeah. Well, let me show you, man. I don't know who, somebody horn out there blowing. They ain't looking for me. They don't know me up in here, y'all. But anyway, but like I said, that okay, when all of them branched out and did their own too, even ODB again, God bless him. Oh, he made some good stuff. And Method Man really stood out. That's the one a lot of people knew. Method Man. Don't forget about Brother Raekwon. That was a bad joker too now. But the point I'm trying to make with those guys, now two of them might have had beef, but one thing I thank God for, they came together. Whatever that was they had beef about. Man, praise the Lord that they squashed it for real. They squashed that. They squashed that, and I'm glad they did because guess what? Life too short to have your head in your ass. It ain't gonna make it. It ain't gonna make it better by holding no damn grudges either. So I mean, it's a lot of people I can't stand. I'm not. Just because I don't want to be bothered with them or don't want to speak, that doesn't mean I'm holding a grudge. That means I'm just wise enough to know not to mess with them again after they burnt me once or burnt me twice or whatever. So ain't no need for all that beefing and animosity and hatred and grudges and none of that shit because that's irrelevant. Let it go. Go on about your life. And if it's meant for y'all to cross paths again, and if it's meant for y'all to bury the hatchet, so be it. So thing I like. I mean, but that's what it's about. Really, that's what forgiveness about. Forgiving yourself, not just others, but for doing it for yourself, letting it go, and move on. Now, just because you forgive, that don't mean you have to be buddy buddy or hang tight with them or whatever. Just let it go. Cause guess what? After the, cause after after it's all said and done, they got the answer. They got the answer to the higher power, and that's the Almighty. Almighty. Yeah, man. But I'm just gonna say this right here though. You just can't go. You can't go around. Like I said, you can't go around with a stone face, looking like you got a chip on your shoulder. Because guess what? The world didn't do it to you. Whoever did it to you, you're hurting yourself by holding grudges. And I had to learn that the hard way. Because like I said, what's done is done. It is what it is. But don't get it twisted now. Just because I'm pissed, just because you know I'm trying to let it go, that don't mean I'm gonna forget. Because I will remind you and make you remember what you did. And then after that, I'm gonna let you know I got my good eyes on you. And not only I got my good eyes on you, I'm keeping my guard up because I might have to kick your ass after it's all said and done. But keep it. But speaking of that, violence is not what I like to resort to. But I'll do it only in self-defense, for real, in self-defense. Because let me tell you something. You got to when you stand up for something, you won't fall for anything. Goddamn right. But what I'm saying though, I'm gonna say this one more time, especially to these young folks and these rooty hoops. I was a young fool before I became what y'all call us old heads. And y'all know what? All that stuff that we did wasn't even worth it. No, it wasn't even worth it. Because guess what? Because like I said, you not just hurting yourself, you hurting the ones you love too. And that is the truth. And last thing you want to do, last thing you want to do is try to hurt somebody. Because you won't want that to happen to you. The same thing you do to others, it will happen to you. And I'm just gonna say this, and that's the stone cold truth, the whole truth. It is past the quintessential truth. But if you got time, during your while you have your time and tenure on this earth, whatever it is, if it's meant to be squashed, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and squash it. I mean, it's okay. It's nothing wrong with being the bigger person, and you know that it's nothing wrong with being the bigger person. They make the first move. But if it's not, but if they don't want to, if they don't want to be bothered or squashed, and as long as they don't raise their hand at you, just walk away. But they look like they want to buck, you got every right to kick their ass if you have to. And that's the stone cold truth because that's two kinds of people. That's one kind of person, people I don't like, kind of people I don't like. People who go for bad. And it ain't got nothing to do with skin color because we got some ignorant SOBs running around here in like I said, in the undesirable snakes with the undesirable snakes here in America. But then again, and then you got your Sambos that's quick to bow down, agree with anybody, just a plain out yes man. Yeah, I'm saying it loud, yes man. Yes sir, man. Yes, sir. You better sit your ass down. That's what I tell them. But then again, but like I said, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And that's why we got so many ignorant many figures out here that they got everything figured out and don't know they ass from a hole in the ground. Can I get a hallelujah? But anyhow, y'all, I just wanted to say this right quick because this was on my I wanted to say about the Wu Tang because man, that sound like they were one of the baddest groups. They were like one of the baddest rap groups that came. They took over the nineties. I mean, they did their thing in the nineties because but now to me now even though they tore it up in the nineties, but to me the two best singer groups I loved in the nineties, believe it or not, Boys the Men and Jodeci. Now I like to tell you the truth. I like the Jodeci a little better because man, them jokers blow. But don't get it twisted now. Boys the Men wasn't no slouch either now. But even though they did GC Cameron's song, it's so hard to say goodbye. They did pretty good on that. But I like the originals, what they were singing like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. See, I ain't ready to do that yet, y'all, because y'all ain't ready. But I will say this: how they after they count down. Injection fellas. I like that. I like him say injection fellas. And then, but I can say this too as well. Now Jodeci, that little skinny KC, no, he be hollering. He sound like he be feeling it. And JoJo, he more laid back when he can, but don't get it twisted. Now the dude can sing now, especially. But I like his style of singing too. But KC, now he the one that put him out there. Like when he said, "Every time I close my eyes," y'all ain't ready. Like I said, y'all ain't ready. But but I like them better too when they were just Casey and JoJo. But I wish they would have stuck with Jodeci. Now, and then you had Drew Hill that came later on. They let the world know how nasty they were. Got this feeling, and I just couldn't turn it loose. Now, they let the world know what time it was. But then you had singers like Brandy, Monica, and some more singers. I mean, these young singers were coming out back in the 90s. But here we go. Excuse me, glory, glory, hallelujah for yawning and all that stuff. Y'all forgive me, my brothers and sisters. But in a hue. But back to what I was saying. But I'm gonna lie to you. Now before the 90s, now during my time when I like to rap in the late 80s, other than Public Enemy, NWA, don't get it twisted. I like that Two Line Crew too now. I like that, yeah, Uncle Luke them, yeah. And I like that. There's a lot of rappers, group singers I liked it too in the late 80s. But before graduating high school, believe it or not, I was really one of those 80s heads because I liked it because I was into new wave and like my cousin Clarence had said, let him tell it. I used to wear a Kiss shirt in high school, and I'm gonna tell you this one more again, Clarence. That was not Kiss. That was Van Halen, 1984. Now you saw the album cover with the baby and the cigarette in his hand. That was Van Halen. Now that was Kiss. Now, yeah, but to be honest with you, Kiss did let them wear their makeup in the 80s on that Lick It Up album. And Gene Simmons let it be known who they were, sticking his tongue out. Yeah, we know what you do. We know what you do, man. We know what you do. So I ain't gonna call you out, but just think about it. Man, don't say that. Don't give me no rebuttal either, chump. Because I still love your music. You did make some bad music in the '70s, and that Lick It Up album was one of my favorite. But my favorite song, I can't think of the album after that, but the song I liked it was Heaven's on Fire. Now that was pretty cool. Now, like I said, I liked it all kinds of. I was more into rock, new wave, but I went in that kind of metal where you can only hear the guitar, but you can't hear nobody singing. I couldn't feel all that. But I will say this: if I'm gonna listen to some hard rock, I at least want to hear some. I at least want to hear the singing and the music together. I want to hear them singing, and I like for it to sound good with a groove ass bass line and the perfect beat. Now, no music is cool without the. Now I'm gonna say this: ain't no music cool without the bass line and the beat. But the bass line is the foundation, and the beat is too. And then that's when the rhythm and shit come in. But yeah, but seriously though, I listen to, like I said, I'm not trying to go jump from subject to subject, but I'm just gonna say this. Now today, even though I was talking about Wu Clan, but it's Wu Clan, excuse me, Wu Tang, sound like something nasty. But anyway, I'm still on, even though I'm talking about Wu Tang, but it's still the subject of music. And I'm not talking about the kind of music that I like, that I kind of got into before all this rap thing. Like I was a, I was more into new wave in the early, like in my high school years, especially ninth grade at Clarkston High School, because and a friend and a fellow student pulled me over to the side and said, I noticed you like music. He said, check this out. So he started playing all this music I ain't never heard before. So I was like, sound pretty hip to me. So that's when I started getting more into new wave. But don't get it twisted. I still love my Mars Day at the time, and still love listen to Prince, Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson. I still love my soul music altogether, but I I mean, cause I'm gonna tell you something. Every genre at least got one good song. So before you start saying you don't like this genre, you don't like that genre, think about what you're saying because if you hear a song, even if it's from the genre you don't like, guess what? And if you feel that song and you like it, you just like it because every genre got a great song. Now let me tell you this though, think about it before you talking about what you like and don't like because you might get your feelings hurt in the long run, like they say, but stand out, son. Now that's one thing I notice about New York City. The people from New York City. Up there they say son. I can dig that. But down in Atlanta, Georgia, shout it. Man, I remember the first time somebody called me shout it. I asked them, the hell you call it shout? I'm taller than you, chump. I mean, that was just something. That was just one of them words. I mean, even though I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I still couldn't stand that word shouting. Yeah, just like and that would put Atlanta on the map. Though when the rappers were like shouting, especially Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Yep, I mean he put Atlanta on the map for real. Ludic and Ludacris, he did too. A lot of these, believe it or not, a lot of these rappers did put their name on the map in Atlanta. But what y'all don't know, the first rapper that I knew that came out, and it wasn't Shadi, even though he was out during that time. But what's up, Peter Jones? What's up, Shadi, man? What's happening, bro? Edwin Lyons, Mojo. I had to give you a shout out, bro. You my dog. But you probably don't remember. But I met you at the Omni years ago. I ain't talking about where they performed. I'm talking about where the food court and all that. I met you where the arcade was. I met you over there years ago. I was a little skinny. I was skinny at the time. Low haircut. Couldn't hardly get two words out of my mouth, but y'all was teasing me because I had a deep ass voice. And yes, I still got it, Mojo. But man, I'm honored and grateful that you my Facebook friend, man. And look, been a long time, partner. But just want to say this right here. But then, like I said, but the rap group who put who did put Atlanta on the map before these before Lil Jon, Outkast, Good and Mob, especially Good and Mob. People don't dance no more. All they do is this. All they do is this. And then I come in. Well, my name is Mr. Low. What more can I say? Just because I sing like this, that don't mean I'm not. Never mind. But anyway, and then Outkast, of course. Yeah, I like them too. Throw your hands in the air, waving like it just don't care. Yeah, they gave they most southern than me. Now I thought I had a southern accent, but guess what? They country. They got that southern rap like southern playalistic Cadillac funky music. Yeah, now I can get with that. But I do but like I said, Outkast became one of my favorite groups too. And then Jermaine Dupri did his thing. Yeah, the Welcome to Atlanta, brother. And look, and I'm glad he made that song because he put that on the MAPP. Yeah, So Def, man. Atlanta, and look, every city got some kind of history. Whether you're in Texas, whether you're in Atlanta, New York, Baltimore, D.C., Boston, Detroit, wherever you are, Every city has some kind of history, especially good history. And look, and definitely music history. And that's what I can get. And that's one thing I really, I really love is history. Not the bad history now. Most of the history I like will be good and knowledgeable and something that is something everybody could learn. And that's the stone cold truth again. But guess what, y'all? My time is up now. I want to thank the ones who viewed this podcast, and I want to thank my cousin Clarence. Yeah, my cousin, my boy. Ever since high school, even though we known each other since high school, but we family now, bro. We literal we are family. His son is his son. He has a son by my cousin. So yes, that's my family, and we gonna always be tight like polygraph. We like RZA and ODB, except for one difference. I got more. We both got more sense, and we both like to chill. And I'm the music man. I'm the one that show him all the music and introduce him to a lot of stuff he ain't never heard before. And then the good part about it, I like to sing some of that old time gospel. The stomping on the hardwood floors, no air conditioning kind of church kind of singing. You know what I mean? But anyway, y'all. Yes, and if you find it in your heart, and hit the like or the bell, and subscribe if you like. But hopefully, and I pray, I will be back later on before probably hopefully before wrestling come on and before the Braves come on. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I was thinking about you guys, and look, and without y'all, there wouldn't be no me who will go live on podcast on YouTube. So I really want to thank the ones who tuning in and being patient with me and enjoying my watch, enjoying my YouTube live. I really want to. And if y'all like to go live with me one on one sometimes, I do have one on one live with Carlos. And if y'all got my number or y'all on my Facebook page, let me know in advance. Like I say, I'll be glad to have you because every now and then I like some company to talk to on Facebook. Just let me know. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. I mean, you got a mouth to me. And remember, closed mouths don't get fed, y'all. But until then, y'all be good. God bless you. I love y'all. Y'all take good care of yourselves and each other. Peace, two fingers. And I'm out like clap.